Hello there, my name is Robert Bradley. I look after owner-managed businesses. Okay, so today's session is about incorporation. Is it right for your business? You might be thinking of starting a business, or you might already have started as a sole trader. So, is incorporation right? Should you incorporate or start a limited company for the commencement of your trading? Well, what are the pros and cons? Let's have a look at this matrix which outlines some of the advantages and disadvantages. Under the pros of limited companies, tax avoidance. Limited companies can avoid tax by using salary and dividend policies. They can also avoid national insurance. One of the traditional reasons of forming a limited company is to gain limited liability. But in practice, if you've got bank lendings, bank managers may insist on personal guarantees. Credibility. Some suppliers prefer to deal with limited companies. Creditworthiness. Again, you might have more chance of getting credit and have more credibility as a limited company. Back to the tax angle again. Corporation tax is actually payable 9 months in arrears, as compared to the self-assessment regime for sole traders and partnerships, where you are effectively paying tax upfront on account. So what are the disadvantages of being a limited company? Well, you've got more publicity. As a director, your details are available on public record. There's also more administration involved. You also have solvency requirements. As a limited company, you cannot trade while you're insolvent. That's actually an offence. Other tax considerations. You may find yourself with a double tax charge on exit. This applies where you want to sell assets held by the company, in which case the company will pay corporation tax on that profit you get from selling the assets, and then you may potentially have to pay tax to get the money out of the company again. So that's something to think about if you've got assets in the business. You're also locked into future tax changes. We'll look at some of these later on, the issues involved. Pros of self-employment. Well, clearly it's simple, it's easy to set up, the record keeping requirements aren't that onerous, and it's easy to cease. What are the disadvantages of self-employment? Well, you've got self-assessment payments on account we've talked about. You've got a Class 2 National Insurance liability, that's your weekly stamp. And you've also got your Class 4 National Insurance liability, which you pay through self-assessment. That's really just a hidden tax. You've also got personal liability. You haven't got limited liability that company directors potentially enjoy. You might have a lack of credibility, because again, suppliers are looking to deal with limited companies, and you may have a lack of creditworthiness because you're a sole trader. Let's have a look at the potential savings made through incorporation. As you can see, at almost all levels of income, you are making at least a 30% saving by being incorporated as compared to being a sole trader. This is based on a simple situation of taking a low salary and most of your income as dividends. You can also potentially shift income to your wife, although that could be an issue, because there has been a tax case some years ago, Arctic Systems, where a director and a shareholder tried to shift income to his wife, was actually taxed on it as if it was his own income under trust legislation. So the government haven't been that aggressive recently on that legislation, but something to watch out for. Also, the government have talked about putting national insurance on dividends to counter tax avoidance through having low salaries and high dividends. Other issues, benefit in kind. Clearly, if you want a company car, that could be a problem in terms of the benefit in kind on that company car, whereas as a sole trader you can have quite an expensive car, it's your choice, and then you can claim the business proportion without a benefit in kind. Mortgage requirements. Well, having high dividends and low salary might be an issue in getting mortgage. It depends on the lender really. This is something we need to look at on a lender by lender basis. There's some issues there you need to think about as a limited company. The government are looking at these issues and may take action in the future. So what other choice have you got? Well, you've got an ordinary partnership, you've got a limited partnership, where this is quite an old structure where the partner's got to be limited partnerships in terms of the liability, apart from one partner, it must have an unlimited liability. That's not very popular because nobody wants to have an unlimited liability. Limited liability partnerships, that's a newer structure, usually like a corporate structure, but at the same time you're taxed as if you were a normal partner, so it makes it simpler to look at your tax affairs. We also have cooperatives for non-profit making organisations. So here's some alternatives there, apart from just being a sole trader or a company. But for most people the choice is being a business as a sole trader, a limited company, or perhaps a partnership. Okay, so that's taking you through some basic points about incorporation there. I hope you found it useful. If you want any further information, please contact me. My contact details are on the slide now. Okay, that's the session on incorporation, and please look out for future sessions I will be posting on my Facebook page. Thank you.